Welcome back. This is Chili Davis, and I'm back to another video. I want to welcome back all my subscribers and all my new viewers. This is the channel where we talk about stocks, but we also talk about credit. If you're new, please click the subscribe button and click the notification button to get my frequent updates. I want to welcome the credit repair expert as one of my new subscribers. Thank you for signing up and joining the channel and reviewing some of my content. And today's video is going to be about what are the good habits to develop to build a credit score over 800. Okay. Also, I'm going to be sharing the fact that I just got approved the American Express card, and I'm going to be going over my credit profile. And I want to wish everybody a happy New Year 2023. So thank you and glad you're here for 2023. Okay, so I'm going to go to Nord Wallet, and it talks about what is a good credit score. How do I get a good credit score? And so here are the ranges. So 300 to 629 is considered bad. 630 to 689 is considered fair. And 690 to 719 is considered good. And 720 to 850 is considered excellent. Okay. So it says in general, 690 is 719 is a good credit score, commonly used on the scale of 300 to 850 credit score ranges. Okay. Scores above 720 are considered excellent, while scores between 630 and 689 considered fair. Now, the 630 to 689 is basically the FICO score that you need to get a home loan. That is the basic beacon score that you need to have to start to get approved for a home. There's other factors considered, such as debt to income ratio, but that is the basic range, 630 to 689. Okay, so I got approved with a 640, and most of the time, as long as you have a decent income, have a huge amount of debt, you can get approved for a home loan. Okay, FICO is the most widely credit scoring system, and also there's a competitor called Vantage Score. So today we're going to cover Vantage Score really quickly. We're going to go into my Credit Karma account and see that I have a Vantage Score. But finally, I will show you my FICO score on Experian Credit Bureau. Okay. So what is a good credit score? A good credit score is between 670 and 739. And Vantage Score, the only difference between a Vantage Score is they use a little bit of a different scale. So they actually go a little bit higher. But essentially, they still provide you the 5 factors, such as payment history, utilization, new credit, and credit inquiries. Okay. So really quickly, I'm going to show you. This is my Credit Karma. Again, this is my Vantage Score at 669. And I've been paying down a lot of debt. So my score has been rapidly increasing of recent. Okay. Now, as you can see, the score is 669. And here are the major factors. Again, they are 5 to 6 major factors. Number one is payment history. Number one, if you want a good credit score and you want to build up to get American Express or Chase or any of the premium cards, you want to get an excellent payment history. Okay, that's number one. Number two is credit use. Okay, so in order to usually get approved for cards, if you don't have a high credit score, you're going to need this credit use to be below 30%. Okay, if you're above 30%, expected to get declined for a lot of different opportunities. And one main factor is derogatories. You have to keep no collections, no tax liens, and no bankruptcy. So if you want to get premium credit, you need to have no derogatories, completely clean file. Okay. And as you can see, my credit age is on average about 6 years old. So generally, I don't have any impact because I'm over 5 years of credit. And total impact, again, I have excellent credit. So I've got over 100 accounts. But this increase is a little high because I've recently took out quite a few cards and loans. So my hard inquiries are up right now, but in all cases, I'm above a 700, so it doesn't even really matter at this point. Okay, I've got the financial capacity to pay off debts, and I got the financial capacity to increase my credit score at will, because this credit use is all based on the credit limits that you have. Okay, so if you have a $5,000 credit card and you have $5,000 sitting in your checking account, I could easily make this credit card go down, this credit use go down to 0, or maybe 10% down to 500. Okay. So this is Credit Karma. Basically, Credit Karma gives you the Vantage score, and it does not give you your actual Beacon or FICO score, which the bank uses, but it does give you the 5 to 6 factors which matter. You know, how much liability you have, how many accounts you have, credit card usage, and payment history. Okay, if you miss on payment history, you're not going to get approved. And number 2, if you have any collections, bankruptcies in the last year or so, you're not going to get approved for any new credit. Okay, so those are the basics. I've got another website that I like to use outside of Credit Karma. It's called credit.com. Again, I love credit.com. Credit.com, again, is an actual Vantage score. They, again, do not provide you with the FICO score. It says here, unlock your FICO score. Okay, there's up to 28 different type of FICO scores, but I don't need to know all of them. All I need to know are the 5 factors. Again, my payment history is excellent, a B+. I actually have a B+ because I have 2 missed payments from 7 years ago, and they still show up in my freaking file. Okay, so this is the things that happen over time. You might miss a payment, but really what the banks and other lending institutions care about is the most recent 2 years. Okay, so that's the last 24 months. And then again, like I mentioned before, is debt usage. Okay, so this particular site has updated because I just dropped a huge amount of money on my credit usage. And as you can see, I have a C average. Okay, so that's a C average on over $22,000 of debt. So if I pay off another $10,000, my credit score will jump up into the 800 club, more than likely. Okay, but this is basically how do you get to this 700, 750 or excellent club. All right. My credit age is excellent. Again, I have above 5 years of credit. As you can see, actually, with all my student loans and stuff, I have over 17 years of history. This particular site picks it up. And actually, finally, inquiries, I have low inquiries on this site. I actually only have 3 inquiries. Okay, so this is either Experian or Equifax, which only picks up that I have 3 inquiries. Okay, and that's a huge factor. If you want to get approved for a Chase, they have the 524 rule, which means in the last 2 years, you cannot have more than 5 inquiries. Okay, so if you're looking to get a Chase, Chase Bank, Chase Inc., Freedom Unlimited, or Freedom Flex, you cannot have more than 4 inquiries or 5 inquiries in the last 2 years. Okay, so that's why that factor is important. And again, credit mix is about whether you have had a car loan, home loan, those type of things. I actually just paid off my car, so I don't have an auto loan right now. And I do have a home loan and 6 credit cards, okay, and 2 student loans. And the last 8 part, again, as I mentioned before, is age, okay? So this is credit.com. It's totally free, but it does not give you your FICO score. It only gives you your Vantage score, as you can see here, Vantage score powered by Experian, okay? But they got a lot of the information right as far as credit usage, because basically my score just jumped because I just dropped a lot of money on my credit cards. All right, and my last factors is check out Experian.com. They do have a free account. Sign up with Experian at usa.experian.com. And again, as I mentioned before, I have a credit score over 700. And as I mentioned, credit usage is one of the biggest impacts other than payment history, which will increase your credit score. Okay, I have the financial capacity, but I also pay down my debt pretty rapidly. Okay, and so basically that's it. If you want to unlock and learn more about building a good credit score, refer to this website on NerdWallet, where it talks about the 5 or 6 habits. Basically, as I mentioned in this video, payment history, credit utilization, not opening up too many accounts too often, and then also allowing your cards to age. Okay, so I didn't talk about it that much, but basically when I'm on this site here, credit age on credit.com, You can see I have a credit age of over 17 years. And most of that's my student loans. It's not my credit card history. Most of it's my student loans, the fact that I graduated from college years ago. And so that's where that 17 years comes from. But that is one of the biggest part of credit. Another reason you will not get approved is if you're trying to apply for cards within a short amount of time. So that means no more than 2 credit cards a year, maybe no more than 2 loans a year. You can stay under the radar, okay? So that is the factors in creating these 712 credit score, and I suspect by the end of the month, my score will be going up close to 800 points, okay? And lastly, I would say go to myfico.com, my forum, FICOforums.com. You can just search it once you get to myfico.com, and how to get an 800 credit score. Basically, this person has all the top premium credit scores, but it says my scores are in the low 700. I have 1 negative item to fall off October 2021, and I have 14 credit cards with almost $70,000 in credit, okay? So you can get a 800 credit score. You basically just have to follow the basics, as I mentioned about earlier: payment history, credit utilization, not opening too many cards too frequently. But as you can see, this person actually has a couple of American Express Blue. They actually have the Navy Federal Platinum card, which usually carries a 9% interest rate. They also carry the Citibank. This is one of Citibank's either higher end ones. Also, they carry some of the business card, the Navy Federal Business Credit Union, with over 5K in credit. I'm not big on Discover, but it is a good card to start with if you're just starting out your credit journey. Discover It card, or the Discover It card with cash back. Both of those cards are good starter cards, but for starters, the Discover cards are good, the Secure card, and you want them to graduate. And again, allow aging makes a factor. Okay, and then, I mean, you can basically read all these great comments in the forums here on My FICO Forums, and that's basically how do you build the habits to get an excellent credit score. Number 1, payment history. Number 2, credit utilization. And again, you can check me out again on Chili Dave's YouTube at chilidaves.com/community. Just search my channel. You'll find quite a few videos on credit. And lastly, here's my approval here. I just got approved for Amex Express, and this is in my FICO, my credit club group on Facebook. So if you want to check that out, it's the 680 Credit Club. Again, we talk about how to build your credit up to the 680 or above. And again, I just got approved for the American Express, and I also put content in here about Discover It card as well. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share. If you'd like to get started in your credit journey today, please click the subscribe button below and check out my next video. Thank you.